Okay, we're going to look ahead at, there's been a few weeks of big giants, tech giants in the US. Got Apple, Q3 figures on Thursday. And while some firms have been struggling around October, Apple just seems to carry on regardless.
Yeah, I think it's up like 25-26% this year, which is, that's sort of par for the course for Apple. What's really notable is the fact that October, it has dipped slightly from, I think it was at all-time highs at the start of October of like $233. It's pulled back slightly since then to maybe $216. However, in the grand scheme of how October has been for stocks in general, US stocks even more specifically, and US tech giants more specific than that, it's really remarkable how sort of unfazed and unscathed Apple has come out of October, basically. Obviously, that could all change on Thursday. We've had some really violent reactions to, say, like Amazon's update and Alphabet's update, respectively. Both of those garnered a really negative response from investors, so there's every chance that could happen on Thursday with Apple. However, so far it has been basically unaffected by what has been, beyond Apple, seemingly a sort of a blanket decline across the market. And if you look at its figures, it's sort of not too hard to see why. I think in the third quarter figures in July, earnings smashed expectations. It was up 40% to $2.34 per share. Revenue also beat. I think it was up 17% to £53.3 billion. iPhone sales disappointed. I think they were flat at 41.3 million units sold year on year. However, the sort of introduction of the iPhone X allowed the average selling price to go up to $734 per phone, which is obviously massive and has allowed the revenue to continue to grow despite the slowdown in iPhones sold. In terms of the fourth quarter figures on Thursday, similar figure was expected, but I think revenue is expected to be up 16.7% to what would be $61.36 billion in a quarter, which is just mad. And I think earnings are expected to be up 33.8% to $2.77 per share. Again, very strong. There are fears that a slowdown in consumer demand in China could sort of come to bite Apple in the upcoming quarters. However, Apple does seem to have taken some steps to sort of mitigate that by introducing the new, bigger versions of the iPhone X. I think specifically introduced for the Chinese market, as the Chinese market seems to just like big screens, basically. So I think that is a very savvy move on their part to try and mitigate some of the slowdown by introducing a product that is sort of specifically tailored to that market with still having applications in other markets around the world. In terms of what our clients are doing, they're still buying at $216. It does, both in the way our clients are behaving, the way investors are behaving, the way the stock has behaved, it does very much seem to be at the moment an exception to the blanket decline that has occurred across October. Like I said, there is every chance that it could then plunge on Thursday, but our clients at least are still confident in the stock, buying very heavily around the $216 mark.
Okay, great stuff.